Your fear of rejection is what's blocking you from getting what you want. How would you move if you thought that rejection was just redirection? If you was able to take the fear of rejection out and you simply thought of it as redirection, how would you move? Would it look different from how you move right now? If so, then you need to start moving like that. So right now I'm in the process of expanding my associates, acquaintances, and friendships. And I want more people who are like me in my area. So I've been reaching out to people. I've been inviting them to events. And truthfully, they've been rejecting me. They'll say things like, oh, that sounds fun. That sounds cool. But they never follow up. It never happens. Like, it's just like, oh, we should link up. We should link up. We should link up. And then we never actually link. And so for a while, I was just like, I'm not going to ask nobody else. I'm rejected. People keep rejecting me. And that's a big thing. You have to not take it personally. How can someone say that they rejected me if they don't know me? The whole reason why I'm trying to reach out to people is to get to know them, to see if we are going to be good at being friends or acquaintances or associates or whatever. So how can I say, oh, that person must not like me? They don't know who I am. They have no idea who I am. 9 times out of 10, what's really going on is life. They have kids, they have spouses, they have jobs, they have bills. They are busy. They are living life. So instead of me sitting up there saying, oh, they rejected me, and I don't understand why they rejected me, and I don't, no. Don't take it personally. Because I did. I did. I was like, I keep reaching out to these people. I keep on trying to hang out with people, and they keep rejecting me like, oh yeah, that sounds fun, but like never actually doing any of the stuff that I'm suggesting. So I'm like, why they acting weird? I just didn't understand it. But then I was watching The Dollhouse, and she was like, rejection is just redirection. I've heard that so many times, but I actually listened to her. Instead of just like letting it gloss over, I actually listened to The Dollhouse. So when she said, I'm like, so I heard the thought, how would you move if you thought, how would you move if you thought that rejection was redirection? Would it look differently? And I'm like, well, I'll probably take more chances. I'll start reaching back out to people, asking them if they want to hang out again. I don't know, like just being less hesitant to talk to people, because I will feel like, okay, well, you rejected me, so that's just a redirection into the right area, into where I'm supposed to go, or who I'm supposed to talk to, right? So once I thought about that, I'm like, first, gotta tell y'all. But also, for me, I actually reached out to some people this week. I'm like, hey, it's an event about to happen. I want to go to it. I want to see if you want to hang out with me and go. I hear nothing. I heard nothing back from these people, y'all. And y'all might see this. If you see this and you're one of the people who I reached out to, I'm not shading you. It's no beef, no drama, nothing like that. I'm just telling people my progress. That's it. And honestly, this time when I reached out to everybody, I was like, regardless of if somebody says yes or no, I'm going. And I'm going to enjoy myself, whether it's going out to make new friends or whether it's to like see if the people who I already have in my life that I reached out to, if we're still compatible, if we like, should we be hanging out more or less or whatever. Regardless, I'm going to have me a good time, because this event that I'm about to go to is going to be fun. I know it's going to be fun. So I'm going to enjoy myself regardless of who I'm with. And that mindset allowed me to not be like, oh, what if they don't answer and I have no one to go with? Y'all have been seeing me go out more and more by myself. And the reason why is because when you go out by yourself, you don't have to compromise on anything. There are times where I go out and I'm like, I'm going to take the bus for like 2 hours before I get there to save money. I promise y'all I do this. I promise. That's why I don't be going out all the time. Because instead of paying $40 for a ride, I will pay $2.50 and be on that bus for an hour and a half. I will. You cannot do that when you said, we got to meet up at a certain time. So now they out there waiting and you still on the bus and you an hour away. Girl, you better hop off that bus and get a ride. I don't care if it's $40. You told me to be here at this time. But when I'm by myself, I could do whatever I want to. So I've been going out by myself. I've been doing that. But I'm like, you also need to still reach out to people, still be trying to network. And that's another thing. Rejection is just redirection. So put yourself out there. I don't care if it's romantically, in a business partnerships or networking. If you're networking for business or if you just want more friends, whatever the case, you need to put yourself out there, because if you don't have the skills, like small talk, you don't have a way to build repertoire with people. When you get around the people who you would like to have in your life and who could potentially like to have you in their life, you will not actually know how to talk to them and how to bring them into your life, because you don't have any practice, because you were so scared that people was going to reject you. You didn't talk to nobody. You didn't reach out to nobody. You didn't put yourself out there. So now you're around all these people that you would want to hang out with, and you don't know how to reach out to them. So you have to think of it as redirection. And the reason why that's super powerful is because when you think of it as redirection, that a fear that is attached to rejection is lessened. I might still be nervous to reach out to someone and see if they want to hang out with me or not. But the fear is lessened because now I'm not making it personal. It's not about me. And then on top of that, whether they say yes or no, I'm okay. So I'm still getting the practice of talking to people, building that small talk and a repertoire. But I'm also understanding that regardless of the decision that they make, it's not a reflection of who I am. And it's not a reflection of what they think about me. That's another thing. Like I said, it cannot be personal. These people might not know you, and they might have a lot of things going on. It's not a reflection of how they feel about you. It's just sometimes things that don't work out because they're not supposed to. It's redirection. So, because we're talking about redirection, I also want to mention that there were people who I was reaching out to that honestly, when I think about it, I'm like, I don't see how those people that I was reaching out to would have benefited my life. I know some people don't like the thought of like only having people around who benefit you. But when I say benefit, I don't mean like they give me money or they do favors for me. I mean their mindset is in a certain place. And so when I come and I'm talking about motivation, they not going to say, okay, I'm tired of hearing all that positivity. I don't want to hear that no more. Like, I don't need to be around you if me trying to think about positive things irritates you. But on the flip of that, if I do need encouragement, I don't want to go to the person who always negative. I want to go to the person who has a positive mindset. So I used to, I would reach out to people and it was just because we had one good conversation. But now I'm like, I really want to see how people's mindsets are. And some people that I used to reach out to, their mindset just wasn't in the right place. And because of that, it's like, that's redirection. Us not ever actually hanging out, us not being able to make our schedules work together so that we can be together and see and hang and chill, that was redirection. because those people, it's not that they're bad people or that they would mess up my mindset, but you have to understand, if your mindset is trained to be positive and to look for positivity and look for the blessings in life, and that's what I do. I train my mind to look for the blessings. If you get around somebody who doesn't train their mind, 9 times out of 10, they're going to be more negative because they didn't train their mind to look for positivity. And negativity is loud. You can always open up your apps, your newspaper, or whatever you use, and it's negativity all over the place because it's loud and it sells and it moves units. However, when you actually train your mind, you can see positivity and blessings everywhere. So, because I've trained myself to do that, I don't want to be around people who haven't consciously decided I want to see positivity in the world, and that's what I'm going to look for. Because when I'm talking about all these positive things that's going on, they're instantly trying to bring out more negativity. And it's not even like, oh, I got to combat her positivity. That's what they're used to talking about. I have some people, they popped up in my mind, that I talk to, and I really love them. Like, I care about them so much. But I do not hang out with them as much as I would if they were more positive. Like, yesterday, we was walking down the street together, and it was just they were talking about how this person died and how this person is in a hospital, and they was just talking about a whole bunch of negativity. And I'm like, oh, it's so nice outside today. I think I'm going to go outside and put my feet in the grass. I don't know. I don't know what else I'm going to do. I think after this walk, I might go in. I might clean up a little bit. Like, I'm thinking about all the good things that I could do to make my day happy and feel good. And I'm talking about that. And I told them, I said, it's not that I don't care about those situations. It's just that since I can't do anything about it, I don't dwell on them. And I told them straight out like that, because I don't never want people to feel like I'm callous. I'm just ignoring what they're saying or ignoring the situations that's going on around me. I personally feel like I'm not going to keep thinking about it. I'm not going to keep feeding my attention to it, because I'm going to pray about it. I'm going to petition about it, and I'm going to let that be. If it's not something I can control, that's for God, universe, spirit to handle. That's not for me to handle. So instead of me sitting up there thinking about it, talking about it, I'm going to acknowledge it. That is happening. That is not a great situation. I'm going to make sure I put a prayer up for that one. And that's it. Because quite frankly, I want to be happy. I want to look at the positivity in life. And and because of that, we're talking and we're walking, and it's almost like we were having conversations with each other, but really was talking to each other. We wasn't really talking with each other, because like a good conversation, you say things and then I say things that kind of flow in. It's a flow when you have a good conversation. The conversations with those people who I care about and I want to actually reach out to them and be around them sometimes, it's choppier because I'm not flowing. And I know I'm not flowing because I'm not on the right vibration. I'm not on that vibe to flow. So you talking about all this negative stuff, I'm not there. I'm not going to be able to flow with that flow. So it's choppy because I'm constantly bringing up what's on my mind. And my mind is not talking or thinking about that stuff. But hey, they okay with me being the way I am. And I'm okay with them being the way that they are. So because of that, even though I can be around them, I also understand where to place them. I'm not about to sit up there and try to make you my best friend. I'm not about to sit up there and try to invite you to hang out all the time, go out places with me. I understand that you are an associate. So rejection is redirection, because there are some people who I just cannot flow with. And if I can't flow with you, I can't put you in the bestie column. Instead, I got to put you in the associate column because I still care for you. I still want to make sure you good. I'm still going to talk when I see you. But at the same time, we're just not at that level. I didn't reject them. I redirected them to where they need to go within my life. So understand that rejection is truly just redirection. It just depends on your perspective. Are you willing to say, oh, well, when I asked that man for his number, he told me no. So what does that mean? Did he reject you? Sure, he rejected you. But at the same time, God was like, no. Your angels was like, no. Sometimes it is simply just divine, like, hey, I'm not about to let you go down this path. It's not even because I don't think you can handle it. It's a waste of your time. I'm going to just go ahead and redirect that right now. Rejection is redirection. So how are you going to move now that your fear of rejection is gone? I want y'all to have a fantastic day. Remember, it's up to you, no one else.